Hey folks, this clip is brought to you by Omaha Steaks. Visit omahasteaks.com and type in promo code VOLS, that's VOLS, at checkout to fill your freezer with enough gourmet food to keep your cookouts going strong into the fall. That is omahasteaks.com, promo code VOLS. I just remembered, I didn't give my own word. This is so sincere, like from the bottom of my heart. This word is overused in everyday life with everything. I cannot mean this enough in the most sincere way possible. Unbelievable. That's the word for me. I cannot believe that I've said it in every week leading up to this. 18 months ago, folks, Jeremy Pruitt is driving this thing into the ground.
Yep.
18 months ago. And they go and they get Danny White. And he brings in Josh Heupel. And I think we all kind of established this week, it was actually sort of funny. Like, we sort of went back, me and Zach Reagan both, my sidekick on the Big Orange podcast, we went back and sort of looked at what we said about Heupel. We were skeptical in the beginning. We both were. I think most people were. They were kind of like, I don't know, he runs this gimmicky offense. Is he the real deal? Can he really compete in the SEC? Can he really compete in the SEC? That is the question that we asked. And this man just beat Alabama and Nick Saban. He beat the greatest coach of all time for the first time in 15 years. What more is there to say? It is unbelievable. I can't mean that more seriously in every single way. It's mind-blowing to the nth degree.
I'm with you. And I'm going to take, and this is why I like talking with Jeff, because Jeff understands I don't mean that negative. Like, you know, I'm not picking on anybody. And he came back and goes, here's a good word, Crump. This game is generational. Spot on.
Truly.
Spot on.
That's a great
because of, and here's the thing. And this is a credit to Jeff and his Ohio State team. It would be the same way as last year, generational for Michigan, because they've got a mental block against Ohio State. You know what I mean? Like, I think you're spot on with that. I really do. This was a game that we've been eyeing towards for a long time, but just couldn't get over the hump. Like, there's always something there holding us back. And what I say last week, Saban did it in year 2.
So
Saban was able to get over that hump in year 2.
Excellent point. So think about this, and I mean, this gives me chills to just run around in my mind with. Like, we always look back at the 98 Florida game, at the 2004 Florida game. You know, no, sirree, storming the field, tearing down the goalposts, and doing all of that. We're living through one of those. That's what just happened. You're living through one of those moments that, like, next year when Tennessee plays Alabama, the clips before the game will no longer be, oh, Tennessee's getting its head beat in, Jared Garantano fumble at the goal line, all of the blah. We watched it all, just, you know, getting smashed during the Dooley years, the blocked friggin' field goal against Kiffin. The slate is clean. This is what they will play clips of. You're living in the history for Tennessee football now. It's not something we're going to want to forget. It's something that we're going to want to remember forever. And I don't think that you can say enough superlatives for what is happening right now with Tennessee football. It is ground shaking, and it's ground shaking in the college football landscape. Like, in a general sense, the Tennessee Volunteers will be what, 3? It'll probably be Georgia, Ohio State, Tennessee.
I'm sitting here looking at the rankings. I know, Michigan played a top 10 team at Penn State, but Penn State's not Bama. I think now, they beat the hell out of Penn State. So I also think that is a negative for Michigan by saying Penn State wasn't a top 10 team. Or at least that's how my brain works. So I do think it will go Georgia, Ohio State, Tennessee, Michigan, Bama, Clemson. I don't think Bama drops to 5.
Yeah. And
I think even if Clemson wins against Florida State, if they don't win convincingly by 28, I think they drop to 6 from 4. I do.
I mean, you lost to the number 6 team in America. If you're Bama, you're not going to fly.
That's what I'm getting at. But now, what did I say, Charlie? What did I say? And I don't want this, but it's also the brutal reality. 11-1. We make the playoffs without having to go to Atlanta and getting our ass beat up physically.
Yeah.
If you lose to Georgia and you went out, you're still in the playoffs. Hence, Bama and Ohio State have won the Natty doing the same thing. Bama doing it multiple times.
That's absolutely
We've
true.
Crossed this bridge. We've crossed that bridge of beating Bama. Now you got to go 5-1. If you lose to Georgia, if we lose there, our season's not over. We still make the playoffs because we're going to be already that high now. We won't drop much because Georgia's going to be number 1. Just like Bama has done and Ohio State has done. Now we control our own destiny.
From tailgate parties to busy weeknights, the flavor experts at Omaha Steaks have made it easy to savor all the flavors of fall with their mouthwatering assortments of perfectly aged steaks, ultra juicy burgers, and easy to prepare comfort meals that are ready in a flash. Right now, take advantage of 50% off site-wide by shopping their semi-annual sale. The sale only happens twice a year, and it is on right now. You get 50% off delicious customer favorites. And when you use promo code VOLS, that is VOLS at checkout, you get an additional $30 off your order. And guys, I've had the burgers, I've had the Franks, I've had the chicken from Omaha Steaks. It is all phenomenal. Comes in this great freezer packed way right to your door. Incredibly convenient. I can't say enough about it, honestly. So don't wait. Go to omahasteaks.com and enter Vols at checkout and stock up on fall flavor today. Omaha Steaks is perfect for those chilly and busy fall nights with entrees that are ready before the kids can even say what's for dinner. And don't forget to use the promo code Vols at checkout and score your extra $30 off. Omaha Steaks isn't just steak. It is the best steak of your life, guaranteed. That's omahasteaks.com. Promo code Vols at checkout. Minimum order may be required. Omaha Steaks. Promo code Vols. You're actually in the national championship conversation. You're in the playoff conversation.
Yes.
You will.
We said
this. We said this last week. I think the first rankings come out in week 6-ish. It might be next week, maybe. You're gonna play UT Martin next week. You're gonna be in the playoff rankings. Yeah. You're gonna be in the first 4.
Yeah.
Like, this is real. This is so real. I can't. I don't like have the words to use to describe this feeling, because I've always been a long-term optimist. I'm a short-term pessimist, long-term optimist. I've always looked and said that the University of Tennessee has such an unbelievable fan base that they deserve this. Every single one of the people watching, 430 of you people watching here, and the 130,000 that are down on campus right now, and everybody else is watching at home. Every single one of you deserves this game. You all deserve it because you put up with the absolute hell that has been the last 20 years of this football program and this athletic program in general, the absolute garbage that they put you through. And now they actually went out and made serious moves and have done things that actually benefit this university. And look at where you end up. You deserve this. And again, you're living in the historical moment that you'll look back on. This is a game that you'll go back and look at the highlights of. And I gotta say this too, because I was gonna say it earlier and I forgot. This wasn't Tennessee beating a handicapped Bama. Bryce Young played an incredible game, a fantastic game.
Gibbs is tremendous.
Gibbs, that's again, you beat the best running back you're gonna play all season. You just beat that guy. You beat the best quarterback you're going to face this season. You just beat that guy. You beat the best coach you're going to see all season. You beat that guy. This is what Tennessee did. Every single part of this is historic. Every single part of this is massive. It is ground shaking. This is an earthquake in college football. What just happened? Like what they just watched.
I'm watching all these comments real quick, and people are starting to disagree with what I'm saying about if we go. We haven't played Georgia yet. We might beat the hell out of them. They might beat the hell out of us. We got to play the game.
You got to play that game.
But people are going, if we go 11-1 and, hypothetically lose to Georgia, and Bama goes 12-1 and wins the SEC, they leave us out. No, they don't. We're both in. And here's why. SEC is different. If you've got an undefeated Clemson versus an 11-1 only loss is number 1 in the country, SEC rival, SEC gets in over ACC. Bottom line.
Yes, for sure.
And I'm not saying, and it's not a slight versus ACC. It could go Big 10, Pac-12, Big 12. It's the same thing because it's SEC. Okay? And I'm meaning that and wholeheartedly. If Bama wins the whole kit and caboodle, right? SEC championship game, which is fine. we go 11-1 and don't make it, we're still in. I'm telling you, we're still in because of we're already ranked that high now. If we're going to go to 3, no less than 4, we'll jump Michigan or Clemson. Obviously, Bama because we beat them, and we'll jump Michigan or Clemson. I think I could be wrong, but I truly think that because Clemson's playing Florida State, Michigan beat the hell out of Penn State, but you could tell it wasn't a great Penn State. So 3 or 4. Let's just say 4 for argument's sake. That means we're already in the top 4, right? If our only loss is to Georgia, which I don't think we will, I'm just throwing it out there hypothetically, and they're number 1, we may not even drop, depending on what else happens that day.
Yeah. Well,
that's what I'm talking. We're to that point now that we're not Syracuse going, well, we're 6-0, but we're still ranked number 20 or 18 or whatever. We're in the playoff conversation now, which instantly means SEC teams in the conversation, whether other conferences agree, are going to get the bias.
Yeah, you would.
That's just the harsh reality.
Well, we're putting the cart a little, as crazy as this amazing one is, putting the cart a little bit before the horse here.
People are going, they won't put 3 SEC teams in. No, they won't. That's why I've stated so that the conference championship games mean jack squat now. Not a damn thing. Because if you're Georgia or Tennessee,
you got 3 contenders.
Here's the thing. If you're Georgia or Tennessee, you don't want to play in it. You don't. Because you could be 12-0, play in it, and not get in, and the 11-1 that didn't play get in. Hence, Alabama has done it twice. Ohio State's done it once. The conference championships don't mean a damn thing unless you win it now because of the playoff. I don't think it's right, but that's the reality. So if we're going to slip up, let's slip up to Georgia and not anybody else, and we're going to be in. Only because of bias.